Your wife said she's done, and the way she said it to you and that look in her eyes, you know that this time it's really serious. And you're wondering, is there any way back from this? Yes, there is. And today I'm going to share my client's story about how his wife said she was completely done and had nothing left to give, and how he saved his marriage. Chris, thank you for taking the time of your day to discuss your experience of going through the ARC system. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing fucking fantastic.
Awesome, man. So why don't you start off with sharing with us a little bit about, okay, where were you when you joined the program? So what were you going through before you enrolled in the ARC system?
Yeah, I was going through a bout of depression, um, lots of anxiety. Stuff was stressing me out at work. I was bringing it home, and the last one, that was it. That was the last time my wife was putting up with it, and she literally looked me in the eye and basically said, "I can't do this anymore." She's like, "I think I'm done," and she did it with such like emotionless. Like she's been down this road so many times, she's tired of it. And it was just truly devastating. It was like a just a kick to the heart and groin, and just like it, lots of emotion was going through me.
Okay,
It was just
okay,
long time coming of just no resolving anything. Um, get things to where they were just okay enough, and then coast through there type of
okay,
relationship.
sure. Okay. What had up to that point then, what had you tried to get your marriage back on track?
We've tried, couples therapy. We've tried, uh, you know, I guess, partner coaching through her business. But nothing that would ever kind of stick. I would usually, half-handedly row the boat, if you would, like rowing the boat with two oars. But I would just, say the right things just to get back in her good graces, but never actually commit to actually do anything or have anything stick.
Okay. And how long would you say that you were having these challenges in your marriage then?
I'd say for the last, since the beginning, really. It was just something that started small and then just piled on over the years.
Okay. So you feel like over the 15 years that you were having these, there was
It
just
was
kind of,
always the same argument, same revolving um, uh, Ferris wheel of this is how the arguments would go. This is the things that would said. Things would get heated. Stuff would get said, and then I would be angry at just random stuff just to be sake of angry, and then things would not change, and we would just have like walk around eggshells until one of us capitulated and just like gave in to the other person, just so we could get back into a more stable point, and then just ignore it and never resolve anything.
okay. So it was like death by a thousand paper cuts then.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And before you came into the program, then were there any hesitations about committing?
Yeah, actually, I believe on the call there when you were going over the price point and telling me, I was like, "Oh, is this guy trying to sell me snake oil? Is this guy just going to take me to the cleaners and be like, "Hey, you can do it," pat on the back, and then thanks for the money." Um, but it was a great choice for me to do it.
Okay. And what helped you make that decision?
Honestly, believing in myself, what you said basically is like it's time to invest in yourself and put your money where your mouth is, and actually have something. Be like, hey, you're paying for it. You're gonna own up to it. And just yeah, it was just basically having somebody just say, hey, you can do this.
Awesome. And do you think it played a role, Amy, seeing that, you were investing in yourself, that you were taking it this seriously, that you'd enrolled in a program? Do you think that played a part in?
It definitely threw a cog in the old machine there. She didn't know how to handle it. She was very supportive, actually, from her professional background. She was very happy that I found something on my own that I was gonna commit to, rather than have her choose something for me and try out.
Okay. And did you evaluate any other programs before coming in?
Not really. It was the endless. I just kind of found you going through the YouTube hole. how to save my marriage and things that could help, and you nailed everything to a T. Taking your free online um, course there was really, really helpful for
Yeah,
sure. It
awesome.
really, really helped. Just called Panicky Pete, and these are all the things that I was doing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this.
Yeah. And my heart goes out to you, and it goes out to all men that end up in that situation, and then they're confronted with all these different ads. It's a difficult one to try and separate. Okay, what is legit? So first and foremost, what's legit? What's not legit?
Oh, for sure.
And then who resonates with you? Yeah, so it's not an easy decision. But I'm glad you were able to make the decision that was right for you, brother.
Hmm.
So why don't you share a little bit with us then about how has your experience been since going to the ARC system? So how long are you in the program now?
I'd say about 2 months, 2 and a bit months.
2 months. Okay, cool. How's the experience been?
Oh, it's been honestly, like, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's been life changing. I have a whole brand new life that I'm ever going more into. I don't feel stuck, as in have those moments where you're like, how long can you keep this up? We've talked, just you and me, about, not going back, and this is a different version of me, but like seeing the other men in this program and the stories they have, and realizing that I'm not the only one going through this, and it's a super healthy environment to be in, has really helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, we got some rock stars in the group.
We do have some pretty amazing
Oh,
dudes.
yeah, okay, awesome, man. So you found that helpful.
Hmm.
What would you say then are the three specific benefits you got since going through the program?
Self-belief, self-worth, um, and committing, basically not breaking promises to myself.
Okay, very cool. And I love this. You guys work so hard. Anybody watching this video, I want to make it so really take this on here. Chris, you're going to share a little bit about actually where your marriage is at now from where it was and where it's at. But I love the fact that your three main gains in the program are based on you because
Yes.
as we know and what we work on in the program, it's about making you and men into strong, magnetic, independent men with exceptional communication skills that as a byproduct save the marriage. So why don't you then also share with us a little bit where your marriage is at now with Amy?
It's a totally different marriage. Honestly, like, it's like dating my wife again in like a honeymoon phase. But it's not something that's ever going to stop, because what I've realized is, how much I determined how the energy is in my house and in my relationship was solely based on me and how what I was doing. And that's been a byproduct of the things that I've been doing and learning through this program. My marriage is great. We're hugging constantly, kissing constantly, not just those pecks that, out of habit, or anything like that. It's actually, everything has intention behind it. Um, the communication is just great. Like, she feels way more comfortable. Like, she never had any type of emotional safety around me, because she would be very hesitant of, if she had to bring something to my attention that she knew would kind of stress me out, she would have to like do the whole dipstick test of, where's Chris emotionally, can he handle this without, flying off the handle, or getting stressed out, or having resentment that I'm bringing another problem to him. Um, that's completely gone now. She's able to come to me. We're able to talk about things. I'm able to notice things in my wife when she's a little bit off. I will approach her now, and she says that's made such a huge difference in cultivating that safety back, that she feels way more able to step in her feminine side, for sure, which has been very nice and noticeable.
I hear it. Wonderful. Okay. And so, what do you think was key? Because when you came into the program, um, she said she was done, and you
Hmm.
believe that, right? She was really
Oh yeah,
done. There was no more
yeah.
chances. So,
No, when
what
my
do you?
wife says something, it's she's a very integral person.
Okay, so has she shared with you in the meantime? What has it been that made her check back in?
Um, Basically 100% everything that I was doing and committing to, and consistency. Absolute consistency, and being able to sit down and listen to her, listen to her concerns, but not in a waiting for my turn to share my experience. She needed to get some stuff off her chest, and I need to be in a spot where I was emotionally able to hear, the damage I've done to the relationship. Um, but also stick up for myself if she was going over the line a little bit where it was like, hey, you're taking some cheap shots there, able to stand in my confidence, be like, all right, we don't need to be slinging mud. We're talking about objectively diagnosing the car engine, going, hey, this is what's wrong.
Mm.
And those have been like, she says that's been the secret sauce, is the communication and openness of it all.
Wow, incredible. Congratulations, man.
Thank
So
you.
from coming into the program, from her being completely done, how long did it take, man, for her to check back in? If you think, reflect back,
I'd say a month. I moved into a separate
four
room.
4 weeks.
Four
You just,
weeks, sir.
wow, okay, that's
I was,
incredible.
she kept saying, she's like, I don't know how to handle you in this situation because past situations I knew how to handle you. So every time she would come kind of step somewhat back into the relationship, she would always say, she's like, I feel like I have less cards and less cards to be like, hey, like I'm giving you all these cards, but also honor that she's another person in the relationship too, that you have to, it's not all about me when it comes to a relationship, but honestly, it was everything that I was doing and bringing to the table, that was letting her check back in, as you said, like a magnetism for sure.
Wonderful. Awesome, man. That's huge. And of course, for her, that's very attractive. It's like you said, dating again, this whole getting to learn you or get to know you and learn all about you again, right?
Hmm.
This deeper level as you're working on yourself. It's wonderful. It's extremely attractive. Okay. So what would you say you've changed then in your life? You've hit on a couple of points, but if you're just to kind of boil it down to one or two, what's changed in your life since you joined the program only 2 months ago? So that's incredible. So 4 weeks that you checked back in from being completely done. That's incredible. What would you say has changed in your life since applying the ARC system?
Honestly, it's like a whole brand new life. I've been able to shed this awful monkey that's been off my back and not go down guilt and shame spirals of things I've done in the past. And I let go of that stuff. I didn't have to keep carrying those bags anymore, and realize like at this moment I can change by using all the stuff that I've learned through the system. Um, the tapping, the meditation, the workbook, which is incredible, and it's all digestible. Um, what's changed the most is obviously the relationship my wife has with me, uh, the attitudes in my children. They're way more drawn to me, want to show me more things, want, when they see me, they're just, not that they weren't excited to see me, but it's different. The energy in the house is way lighter. It's something that like this is my like Superman Fortress of Solitude, right? None of that bad shit comes in here, and if it does, it's easily squashed and talked about, diagnosed, and then we're on to the next thing, right? Um, People at work, my supervisors, they can see that I'm way more confident in things, and they kind of leave me alone now. There's no
don't
babysitting
don't
me.
don't mess with Big Fudge.
No, like for yesterday, for instance, I messed up on an order by accident. My supervisor was thought it was another guy, and he started getting really angry with him. And then he realized, oh, it was Chris. And then he goes, "Hey, can you just fix this, please?" And it was like a totally like, can is it okay if you do this? Oh yeah, no problem. Like I'm standing taller. More men in my personal life are actually like more drawn to me and asking me way more questions. Um, and I just been pretty honest with them of my journey and what I'm into and what the program, I Facebook group I'm in, and the program that I'm doing. I'm very open with it,
Mm,
and stand in my confidence zone, and that's been huge.
wonderful. So, would you mind sharing a little bit about the Arc Legends, so the community that we built up? Because I feel like that is such a big piece of the Arc system. Is the guys that are coming in? You guys are incredible. Could you share a little bit from your side coming in and what it was like first and foremost meeting them for the first time, and then how you felt fitting in and the kind of support you got from the other amazing dads we have in the group?
Yeah, honestly, when I came in, I've been a part of Facebook groups before. My At that point when I first joined, I was pretty low, as you know.
Hmm.
thinking like, oh no, I'm going to be subjected to a bunch of this, bunch of mopey mopes and everything. But like, we have a bunch of big dick swinging dudes in there that even though like they're getting like life is kicking them pretty hard, their their integrity is still intact and they're like a good solid dudes, and having dudes reach out to me um and me reaching out to them, it's just a great community to be a part. It's a bunch of funny dudes, and it's a very safe environment for men, or if you're looking for anything to be a part of, the people that know your experiences. Like, they may not be exactly what you're going through, but holy crap, is it, everybody's going through the same thing. And it's good to know that you're not the only one going through this, although these experiences in your life make you feel like you're isolated and lost. And when you're around a bunch of dudes that are going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing, it's very peaceful knowing that, hey, I'm welcome in this community. You can throw out a question there and it's going to get answered by somebody or everybody.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay. So final question then for you, Chris. For somebody that's sitting on the outside like you 2 months ago and they're like, oh, should I go with the ARC system? So what would you say to them?
Don't wait. Don't wait any longer than you have to. It's this program has really opened my eyes in a way that, I've tried things that my wife has got me into and it didn't resonate with me. Um, this is something that resonated with me, and having a coach like yourself and the community that you're in, you're missing out. It's just one of the most important things to do just to better yourself. If you're looking for something to better understand yourself and heal yourself, for the sake of your relationship, this is the place where you need to be.
Wonderful, Chris. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to share your
No worries,
experience of going through the
anytime.
ARC system. And like with all you guys, we ain't done. We're going to keep it rocking. I look forward to continue working with you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Lots of love. Take care. Bye.